What is up, DTube? What is up, Steam blockchain? Today, or I want to label this video Two Awesome Females, just to make it a little bit more exciting. So first I was considering to label it One Awesome Female, but just to add a little bit of extra mystery, I'm gonna call it Two Awesome Females. And what I want to talk about in this video is about one aspect of this where we sort of are right now, and just considering it in the longer perspective where sort of things are going. So right now we're sort of in between, I would say, two worlds, which means there is going to be a lot of confusion. And a lot of things you can't really explain right now, but because it's almost like this event needs to happen first, one big event that basically is gonna roll out eventually sometime in the next 5 years, and after that event things will be more clear. So what I'm trying to say is it's almost a bit too early right now. It sort of is. It's like you wish you could explain everything right now, all the information, all the stuff, but it's too early. It's almost like, let's say try to invent Facebook year 2000. It's too early. It was basically too early. And what I think, timing is quite important, right? So why I label this video Two Awesome Females is because two awesome females have done some very awesome things, but a lot of it will go underwater right now. It will kind of go underwater, and this is something that a lot of people share in this whole industry. A lot of stuff is gonna go underwater right now. Work, developer work, content creation work, or it can be something else also. A lot of that is going to go unrewarded, and it kind of sucks in many ways. It kind of sucks, but it's also, if you look at it from the long-term perspective, everything has its place. Everything has its time. Some things to be explained is not really ready yet, because as we see how the world works, you sort of realize there's a lot of work that needs to be done. There's a lot of work that will be unrewarded, and people want to know things. People want to know so much stuff, right? People want to know everything today, but I think sort of we need to save some time or some stuff to the future. And I like to do stuff based on intuition. So I sort of see, or I look at what my emotions tell me, and I let that guide things in many ways, how I do things. And that can sort of generate in many aspects a lot of mystery, and I probably enjoy it. And it's almost like I see it in many ways as a life is an interesting storyline. You're playing out a storyline, and the world is also playing out a storyline. And speaking in metaphors is also quite interesting. You can also make stuff quite more exciting talking in metaphors. And I think we're sort of entering the real thing with people can sort of talk about decentralization, but when you actually dive deeper into like true decentralization, it truly means decentralization. Like if you really consider what it actually means, it's kind of deep, and the cave is kind of deep. So the next 5 years, there's going to be a lot of mystery. There's going to be a lot of confusion, and this might even go on after that time, because sort of the more the people use the internet, in many aspects, they become more confused, because how the mind works is you open up one door and you have another 1,000 doors inside of it. And some people that doesn't go that much in depth, they are probably going to be even more confused. They won't understand a person, maybe. And that's one of the aspects of this world, how humans are different. And I think eventually humans are gonna have to realize, or they sort of have to come, or try to come to some level of understanding that humans look at things differently, and humans have various experiences that sort of shapes how they do things. And some people can sort of feel emotions much more in depth, so just small things, changes in the universe, it sort of changes their whole life view, and even what happens inside of their body. And that can be confusing for people that just enjoys routines, habits, and sort of are doing the same thing every day. Because some people really have no structure at all what they're doing from a day-to-day basis, so they can kind of they're just doing a little bit whatever that comes up. So it kind of sucks in many ways. It kind of sucks how not everything can be explained right now, but that probably someday will be understood. So yeah, the thing is, where we are at, I would say, in history, is at a turning point of something that has never happened in the past, something that will really be something that hasn't happened in the past, and that truly will be an event that may be remembered a long time in history, if we can sort of store it somehow. And yeah, it's sort of interesting how, did you hear that? So, did you hear that again? That was, I think, one of these birds that push into a tree. I want to leave this video with, did you hear it again? But does he have to make that noise again? But I want to leave this video with that you sort of try to balance. He's gonna ruin the end of this video. I want to leave this video with you sort of try to balance serious aspects with sort of like a playful aspect, and that is kind of complicated, right? That is kind of complicated. So yeah, two awesome females. The reason why I have that title is because if it wasn't clear, they've done amazing stuff in my life, and you can't really explain it right now to them, but hopefully one day, hopefully. And there he goes again. So in case that also isn't clear enough, I like my dream world. I love it, and it's pretty hard to explain, and it's fun to leave clues also, because we need some fun in life. If everything was just surface level, basic level stuff, it would be boring, and we need some artistry, basically. Why does he make that noise? So yeah, kind of like a weird ending here, but basics of this video. There's a lot of people that are doing stuff right now in the world, and it's not gonna, no one is gonna recognize it, or if they are recognizing it, there's no way they, or if someone is doing something awesome right now, or a lot of people are doing something awesome right now, a lot of that work is sadly not being recognized right now, but it probably will be after this huge event has happened. And sort of what needs to happen is you sort of need a dimension shift in human consciousness, or in the human mind, or you can call it a paradigm shift. And some people that have experienced that paradigm shift, it sort of is like you need to wait for other people to catch up with it, and when they get that paradigm shift experience as well, when nature plays that out, they are sort of ready for knowing and understanding. Now, this video is probably the most weirdest one I've ever done, but I think it turned out pretty well eventually, and I'm gonna put it on the blockchain. It's nice to put stuff on the blockchain because you sort of timestamp things, and that is sort of like an interesting thing that we haven't had access to for that long time. But yeah, have a great day, DTube. Have a great day, Steam blockchain, and yeah, bye bye.